This upcoming Saturday? Yeah. No, it's been a long road. Um, for me personally, it's been ups and downs, and I really wouldn't trade it for anything. I think it's made me the man I am today. It's made me grow up a lot. Um, honestly, my whole life I've been a really privileged kid. I'm one of the most spoiled kids y'all would ever meet. Y'all wouldn't know that, but my parents were just great for me. But I really ain't faced adversity, I feel like, till I got up here. And I remember it was my sophomore year after we lost to Illinois and they came back and beat us in overtime. I sat in my car and I cried for 5 minutes at the hotel where my car was parked. And, I felt like I was at the bottom. And then I realized, like, shoot, nobody really cares. You know what I mean? Like, this is life. I got to pick it up. I got to pick myself up and I got to attack another day. So that's what I think about when I think about my last game. And, this university's been big for me, and I appreciate all the fans and all the support throughout my journey here.
There's only so many of you around who've kind of gone through all of it.
Right.
COVID, everything. Is there sort of in that group a bond that understands what the other's going through a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's really just in our class, me, Elijah, Slade, Deshaun, and there's probably somebody I'm forgetting, but really that's the only people I can think of right now that, came in with me and are still here. And it's just been a crazy journey, and I think us in general, we really understand each other more than people would, you know what I mean, being here with Coach D and all that. So yeah, it's a little something special right there.
What do you tell your freshman year self? If you had you showing up on campus day one,
right?
And what would you say?
Yeah, I would just say, you don't know everything. You don't know much at all. What you think you know, you don't really know. But take everything, take the emotions really out of everything, and just look at it as how can I get better? How can I be a better player? How can I be a better person? How can I be a better student? And then take it all. Don't take any of it for granted. And I don't think I did. I think the individual days go by slow, but when you look back at it, it's like, shoot, I really feel like I just got here, honestly. But it's been fun.
Aaron talked about I asked him about the mood in the room, knowing that if you guys get this win, you'll be bowl eligible. Things, can you feel it in practice early this part of the week that knowing if you get this win, you'll be bowl eligible, especially considered everything that's happened this season?
A little bit. We talked about how, that's really not a point of emphasis for us right now. Coach Tucker's so process-driven, motivated by the work we put in throughout the week. So, we're not really we're not thinking about, if we win, we're bowl eligible. We'll think about, okay, who's this Indiana team, We're going to watch the film. What do we do on Saturday that we need to correct? How is Indiana going to attack us? And what do we need to do to win the game?
How is Indiana going to attack you offensively?
They do a good job. They got kind of a different quarterback in now than they've had in all year. And he's a quick dude. He's dangerous on the ground. And they can spread it out and throw it around with some skilled wideouts, some explosive running backs. So they're going to get to the edges. They're going to try to get to the edges. And I think they're going to try to throw the ball vertically. So they're a physical team. We're going to have to play physical.
You came back in part to improve your stuff. And then you go through a year where you have an injury, and you have to play at less than 100%. Speak through that sacrifice a little bit. Did you ever in your mind think, well, if I just shut it down for a year, I could come back one more and try to do stuff?
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about the sixth year. I was like, I can't even do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to get out of here, honestly. It's been good to me. But yeah, kind of an unfortunate situation. But there's bright sides to it too. I think maybe the NFL scouts, personally speaking on a selfish level, see that I kind of the role I play on the team. You know what I mean? And what happens when I'm not in there, but that's not all me for sure. But it's a little bit. My communication's a big part of it. But I think it's been good for the younger guys to get reps, Jaden and seeing KB and Malik Spencer play. All that's been fun, and that's going to be good for them going into next year. So there's different positives and negatives.
I don't know how sentimental you are, but what do you think you're going to be thinking in that tunnel? Your family's there and everything. on Saturday?
Yeah, not the most sentimental, and my parents aren't that sentimental. My dad, because last year I thought it was going to be my last senior year, and I didn't know, so I was like, yeah, I'm just not even going to do the senior day stuff because I don't even know if I'm coming back or not, and if I don't, it's not that big of a deal, but I think when I do get out there, it is going to hit a little bit, you know what I mean? I'll have to let it go and get back to, the game mindset, but, it's a special feeling when you get to play, not just for yourself, but for a university and for the people that played before you. And this community has done a great job supporting us and myself, really.
I know you're on different sides of the ball, but I'm just wondering what you've been able to observe about Elijah's sort of value to this team. It seems like everybody likes him. He's kind of a do-it-all guy, and just you guys have both played a lot of football. You've sort of always been in the mix. He was in the mix, and sort of his on-field role kind of declined as his time went on. Just what do you think about what he's been able to do and sticking out?
Yeah, I think it's different, especially in today's game, with the transfer portal. And the crazy thing, Elijah never really, it never even looked like he was out of, thinking about the transfer portal. Eli was always, encouraging dudes and holding his head high and bringing energy no matter what his role was. And, he started, when he was a redshirt freshman, playing a lot and doing really good. And so just like I said, me and Eli kind of have a special bond because we came in together. And when he started getting back in, getting more playing time this year, I came up to him, I was like, we knew, me and you knew, what you were capable of. Just keep going, you know what I mean? So it makes me proud and happy for him, that a guy that stuck it out, that you don't see that nowadays too often, and how much of a leader he was to this team.
Even if your tendencies aren't to be sentimental, but having family there and being in that environment, it probably, like you were mentioning, it's probably going to hit you when the time comes and stuff. But are there any things that you're thinking about doing maybe after the game with family or taking pictures or anything like that?
Not too specific. Like the 12 o'clock games are a lot better, so because I get to hang out with my family more. But yeah, we went out to eat. My older brother got to come to my game. He doesn't usually make too many of them. So we all went out to that Acapulco. Enjoyed some Mexican food and got to hang out with them for a while. And then my older brother stayed the night, and my little brother's up here too. He goes to school here, and so we'll just go out to eat again. And
if you're close to Eli,
I don't think it's gonna be too emotional. My dad's not very emotional dude. My mom might get worked up a little bit. Maybe we'll see. But we know we got. Me and my family, we got more coming to us in the future.
What are you most proud of, Max? Do you think when you look back about what you've done here, what will you be most proud of?
That's a good question. I think just the impact I had on people as players and just people off the field. I can think of the impact the older dudes had on me. There's so many people that I know feel like they can text my phone and call me whenever and ask for help or guidance or just talk. I majored in communications. Everybody, whenever they're walking in the locker room, they always kind of say what's up to me or I'll say what's up to them because they know they can count on me and talk to me whenever they need to be able to. Yeah, he's walking. It's been fun. He had got hurt early in camp and had a little bad foot sprain, and so I felt bad for him because when you're hurt, you're just lifting in the locker room and whatnot all day. And then I got hurt, so now it's me and him in the freaking weight room while everybody's practicing. You know what I mean? So it kind of felt like we were together, and it made him work harder. He was kind of getting upset that he wasn't being out there. And it made my time better in the weight room, not being able to be out there with the team and whatnot. But I'm glad he's been up here. He's a kid that just needs some structure, and you know what I mean. You let him go do whatever he wants, so he'll go and kind of do. But he's got some potential. He's like 6'3", maybe close to 6'4", skinny as a twig. But that weight room helped him out a lot. But it's been fun just having him here, and he knows. He knows I'm the person to follow if there's anybody, you know what I mean? So, but him getting to meet other people and be around his class with a good DB class that he's actually in, that's exciting. And really, the sky's the limit for his house. He wants to work and where he wants to go.
When you think about the fact that you are not only going to have your whole family here, it's kind of like almost like a senior day part two, and you just mentioned that your mom might get a little emotional, and you and your dad are kind of the same, and not really getting too emotional. Do you think that your mom, maybe even your mom and your girlfriend, have anything planned as far as what they want to do for you after the game?
I hope not. I hope not, because I'm just gonna want to go eat and go to take a nap for real. But they might. That's kind of, they both are kind of similar. I think girls are just kind of like that. They like to plan things and do little surprises and whatnot. So we'll see. I'm not, I'm gonna act like I like it if they do.
So 5 weeks ago, we had no idea where this season might go. You guys have put together some wins. How badly would you like to send this out on a positive note in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, really bad, because the adversity we've gone through, it's lessons that these kids can learn, and really I think about it more for the team next year, and we still got some things we can do to build for a good year next year, and for some talented kids. I guess selfishly I want to go out, playing good Indiana team and a really good Penn State team. We put on some good wins and be proud of how we handled the difficulties of this season, and the leadership that we had within the team.
What are your thoughts about some of those young guys, Mangum and Spencer? You've been telling us about them since August.
Told you.
And what have you thought about them? They've had a chance to play, obviously. Mm-hmm. What have you seen from them throughout this season?
Well, Jaden just looks, he's the skinniest kid on the field, but he's going out there and running and hitting as hard as he can. And, that hit he took against the Ohio State running back, he really hit the kid, just as hard as the kid hit him. So he's pretty fearless out there. He's got a really good range, and then Malik gets in this Rutgers game, and he's playing nickel, and he's guarding the dude man to man, whatever, the ball didn't come his way, and I just hear him talking a little bit like this and that. He's just a confident kid, and a kid that just loves playing football, and he's got some skill. So I'm excited for them, because they both just love the game of football and are pretty far along for how young they are. Jaden's probably farther along than I was when I was a freshman, honestly. And Malik kind of got set back by an injury, but he's going to get there.
And when Malik got on the field the first time, it wasn't like vanilla. He was doing all the stuff that you're asked to do, nickel and single deep, two deep, the whole
Malik's been playing different positions already, and it was impressive because he knew he wasn't going to play for at least 6 weeks, 7 weeks through the season, and he's learning a strong safety, he's learning a free safety, and just recently he had learned nickel, so he was asking me questions, asking KB questions, asking Angela questions. Man, that just shows you how bad he wants to play and how much he loves the game.
And what do you think about Dylan Tatum, what he's showing at corner and some other positions? How's he coming?
I think Dylan's got the most foot speed, the most natural speed out of them all. And it's nice to see him, because he's getting better at the line of scrimmage playing corner. It's a lot of things. It's hard to play corner, especially when you're young, when you're just kind of plugged in there. But once gets it down the field for it and how to do releases, he's got all the speed in the world to recover and do what he wants at the line. So he's been making plays on special teams. That's been fun to see. It's always dude's first role on the team, and it's exciting because that's a full class of DBs. There's Caleb Coley and Ade. Is kind of almost like the opposite of, not the opposite because he's not slow, but he's kind of got that good feel at the line of scrimmage. He's got to kind of turn it on mentally, Ade does, but Dylan's a smart kid, and he's got the foot speed, so once he gets that corner thing down, they're going to be a really good class.
And what about Cole?
Caleb's been kind of banged up every once in a while, but Caleb was one of those guys that was kind of playing corner and has been playing nickel. And Caleb's just one of those kids that's really got his head on straight. Does everything he needs to do. He's not going to miss anything. And he's a really athletic kid. He's probably the strongest out of them all, and that's why they like him at nickel. Y'all should see his thighs in the weight room. he's doing some weight that like hand cleaning and stuff like that. He's an explosive kid. He's doing way more weight than I was, or I am now, really. And I'm like, dude. So that's why they kind of like him at nickel, so he can be in the box a little bit and make some tackles. So I really think if you look at the group from top to bottom, they got a full secondary that they can really put dudes wherever they want to, and can do some different things with them.
Going into this week's matchup, what have you seen from